Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we have Laurie Halter with us. And Ted, what an amazing conversation.
Laurie Halter of Charisma Communications, absolute force in our industry. Great to see you in person, my friend.
I am so happy to be here with both of you. What an exciting show.
Laurie, you're doing so much for the industry. Tell us a little bit first, if you don't mind, about Charisma and what you're doing and some of the things that you're working on right now.
Yeah, I would love that. So I own Charisma Communications, which is a PR agency in the space. We've been around for over 20 years, and we work almost primarily with technology companies that sell into dealerships. So we have, we work across the spectrum of companies, everything from recall management to, especially from a fixed ops standpoint, recall management, customer AI, customer experience, pretty much you name it, we do it.
And fixed ops seems to be lately, like the last 5 years,
Yeah.
like the niche that you're really expanding.
Yeah, well, fixed ops, as we all know, is where you make the money,
Okay.
right? It's where the dealerships are making the money. And so fixed ops really is like the heartbeat of a dealership, and it really is where dealers find the profits. So
What convinced you to start this company and embark on this? Because I remember initially, there were maybe one or two clients that we had in common that we worked with together. But what convinced you to expand? Because I see you continue to grow and grow and grow.
yeah, I think it's just like this industry as a whole is just so fun, right? And the more people that you meet, the more they say, oh, I need to introduce you to so and so, or like, I need you to meet this person. I need you to meet this client. And so we've just been so blessed in terms of just growing. Fixed ops, again, though, like I say, it's just more of that's where the profits are coming from for the dealers. And because it's harder and harder on the retail side to make and turn a profit, fixed ops is just where everything's like coming into focus and the profits are coming from.
And Laurie, we're having a lot of innovation that's happening right now in our industry, but the message that our dealers are listening to and what they're taking away from all of these companies, how do you really help craft some of this communication to resonate with our fixed ops leaders?
Yeah, I love this, and that's such a good question. I was just talking to Dan Shine this morning, and I'll use AI as an example. AI is coming out, and it's all great, but so many people have AI, so many different companies, that he said, at some point, it just becomes noise. Everything becomes noise because we've heard it all the time. So what we like to do, and the way we help fix ops directors and companies, is help craft a message that breaks through the noise and really speaks to the benefit that it brings to the customer. Because a lot of times what we'll find is these companies are talking about the benefit that it brings or the product focused information. But really, at the end of the day, the truth is it's what these products are bringing to the customers. So yeah, we like to kind of cut through the noise, help them with the message.
And one thing I've noticed, you really help brands not only craft their message, but even more importantly, stay on message.
Yes.
Talk to us about that and the importance of doing that.
Well, staying on message is key, right? I mean, we work with so many people, and we'll work with them on media training and things because really your brand is what you're doing and saying. And so you want to ensure you're staying on message, again, speaking to the benefits that your products provide and not getting off course. And we do a lot of work around that.
Looking ahead into 2026, are there any particular technologies or niches that you're aware of that you might want to share with us? That because I think, see things early before they happen.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, I know everyone's sick to death of hearing about AI, but that's what is happening across the board.
Yes.
And so I'll tell you, like one of our clients, True Video, brought to some of the
Joe
shows.
Shaker.
Joe
Yes,
Shaker
amazing.
has brought to some of the shows this idea of True Labs, which is an innovation hub. And it's got everything from you can order a coffee now through an app and go pick it up. They have tire tread. You can take a picture of a tire and its tire tread. Of course, they've always been seamless communication with AI. So I just think the proliferation of AI and how it's helping streamline that customer communication is just going to continue to expand. That's what we're saying.
Joe Shaker and True Video have now become, as you know, thanks to you, a big part of the Fixed Ops Roundtable. And Joe has elevated the conversation. So those are the kinds of companies you work with as well.
Yep.
But not just the big companies, the smaller companies.
Yes.
Who will become big as a result of some of the things that you're doing.
I appreciate that. And yes, my favorite is launching companies. That's where we shine. I love working with companies that are just coming onto the scene. And, we like to say, because we've been in the industry so long, the influence we can provide to those early stage companies is really important because we give them the connections that they don't have but need it desperately.
So do you take some of the best practices that you see from companies like True Video, just as an example, and you maybe apply some of those strategies that have worked for some of the other companies that are up and coming?
Yeah, and the great thing is we work with so many clients in this space and we talk to so many people that we know what actually works, what works well, including the Fix Ops Roundtable. I tell every single one of my clients to be on the Fix Ops Roundtable. But we know what works. We're seeing trends across the board. So we're able to bring a lot more education to them and a lot more kind of influence and than they would have otherwise, really. We know the strategy, we know the people, we're able to get them into the places they need to be.
When I first met Laurie, Sarah, I think it was just Laurie, or maybe, she had some help, but now her team is growing. So
Yeah.
you mind telling us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I joke that I do nothing anymore. Like that's my job at the company is do nothing.
Okay.
But no, I have 5 people on board. We have a social media person, someone who does all of our writing. There's Tully. Someone who does all of our writing, someone who handles marketing. Allie is here with me and she helps me with PR. So our team's really grown and it gives us the ability to really take care of our clients with the best and everything. Everyone on the team's been in the automotive industry for decades. So
Great.
we all know the industry very well.
Well, Laurie, thank you for all you do. And I know, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, well, Laurie, it's amazing to hear all of the success that you're having. And just in closing, if our dealers or anybody who wants to elevate their brand in the industry, what's the best first step to find out more information?
Thank you so much for asking. Best is probably go to LinkedIn, Laurie Halter, or go to our website, charismacommunications.com.
All right, here she is, everybody. This is the lady who makes it happen. She can help elevate your brand like no other. Her name is Laurie Halter, Charisma Communications. She has the seal of approval from the Fix Ops Roundtable
I love
like
it.
nobody else.
Okay.
Speak to her. She's the one who will make it happen. Laurie Halter with Sarah Vantine and us here today at the Fix Ops Roundtable.